Hello ladies and welcome back to another Thursday update video. So the first update of today is that I'm going to be more active on Instagram again because I feel like Instagram is an important place to be active on in 2019. So I will leave a link at the top of the description of this video, and also I will leave a link on screen right now. If you guys want to follow me, that'd be awesome. And if there's if there's some cute people out there who I'm guessing are watching right now, I may have to stalk your profile. It may sound weird, but it has to be done. Anyways, on to the first update of the day. As with most updates these days, we have another quality of life day today, and also a change to a pretty controversial training method that was actually completely nerfed today, which I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about it when we get to that part of the update. But the first thing today is that there was actually an in-game clock added to the game. However, it was removed because there was a bug. So unfortunately, we're not going to see the in-game clock until the 16th of May, which is another 2 weeks, which is that kind of sucks, I guess, but whatever, it happened. If you guys are wondering what the in-game clock actually is, so pretty much as you guys know, they often announce things, whether it's on social media or in-game, what time it's happening around the world via, the BST, British Standard Time, or Eastern Time in the US, or Pacific Standard Time, or Central European Time, whatever. As you guys know, there's a lot of time zones. A lot of people play RuneScape around the world, which means that when they try to announce something, it can often get confusing for people when it's actually going to happen in their time zone. So they decided to add an in-game clock so everybody follows the same clock times. I think it's going to be called, I don't really know what they announced it was going to be, but there's going to be a clock in-game on your client chat. Everybody's going to follow that clock. When they announce things in the game, it's going to be on that time in-game, which is actually very nice. I kind of like that a lot. Unfortunately, like I said, there was a bug, and now we're going to have to wait until the 16th of May to have that re-released into the game. The Plank Make spell is now automated when cast. Each automatic cast will occur approximately 2 ticks slower than a manual cast. So it's still faster to train this manually. However, you can now do an entire inventory of logs into planks, and it's all automated. Purdue will now take payments directly from your bank if you try to buy your items back and have no coins in your inventory. When logging out or leaving the alchemy room and the magic training arena, if you leave coins in your inventory, those coins will automatically be deposited into the coin collector, and you will be rewarded with the usual amount of points, magic XP, and coins. If you have runes in a rune pouch or bolt racks in your ammo slot, any runes or bolt racks looted from Barrow's chests will be automatically added there. And John Jr. or Gian Jr., the gnome dude, has a right-click option to now acquire easy or hard gnome cooking tasks. So the controversial update I was talking about today, I'm putting controversial in quotations because this update really affects very few people. However, the people that were using this method might be a bit annoyed because it's a massive nerf to the altar. So the Aranya altar, the ZMI altar, whatever you want to call it, had certain people doing a very expensive yet very effective training method when it comes to gaining runecrafting XP, and this was called ZMI running. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video to a video by Small XP Lamp who explains ZMI running very well if you guys want a more in-depth explanation of it. But pretty much simply put, what the high-level players were doing, or the players who were trained in runecrafting, was they would stand right next to the ZMI altar, the Aranya altar, and they would have 3 to 4 people who would run pure essence to them, right? So it would be a constant flow of essence being traded over to these players, and then they would, of course, use the essence on the altar. And since you're using so many essence over the course of an hour, you're getting XP rates of up to 180k an hour. Now, you're thinking, wow, that's actually awesome. However, the thing was, it's a very expensive method. If you're using 3 to 4 runners, it can cost anywhere from 9 to 12 mil per hour if you want to try runecrafting like this. So it's an extremely inaccessible method for so many people because it's just simply so expensive and very few people can afford to do that for long periods of time. However, for the people who were able to afford it, you were pretty happy, right? Because you can get upwards of 180k XP an hour, which is very, very high. I mean, if there was a method for everybody where they can get that much XP an hour and they could afford it, they'd probably do it as well. However, Jagex was not a fan of this because originally the XP rates that were pulled were significantly lower than 180k XP an hour at this altar, and specifically, the Aranya altar. And what they were expecting people to get at level 99 runecrafting was 47k XP an hour. So the fact that people were getting 180k an hour, which is like 4 times the amount of what they originally pulled, it means that they weren't a fan of this, and that's the reason why you can no longer trade pure essence inside of the Aranya cave. So this means that boosted runecrafting XP rates are no longer accessible here through having other players fetching you essence. This change has been made so that attainable XP rates up to 180k XP an hour no longer drastically exceed what was originally pulled. Now, I guarantee you most of you guys watching and listening to this are just thinking, this in no way affects me whatsoever. Who really cares about this, right? Nobody could really afford this anyway. Only the very few people in the game who have a lot of money and are willing to put this much time and money into the ZMI runecrafting. However, what other people are saying now is that, well, what about the other methods in the game that are getting way higher, rates of XP per hour than were originally pulled? Something like the Arceus library, which still I believe hasn't been nerfed. Should that be nerfed now too? Should all the methods that you get more XP per hour than you originally thought you could be nerfed now as well. That's kind of a discussion. What do you guys think of stuff like this? You know, players who are finding what methods of getting more XP per hour than what was originally thought or originally polled. Should everything be nerfed in the game now? Again, I think in my opinion, it's a pretty simple answer, but again, that's up to you guys to discuss. There have been some Theater of Blood fixes and improvements. I personally don't do much Theater of Blood at all, so I don't really know how much of an effect these changes have on the Theater of Blood, but there are mainly changes now to Nilicus, Verzik, and Zarpus. Mainly it seems like Zarpus has a change to his exhumed phase, which was needlessly long and not very challenging, so now it's shorter and scaled better for smaller team sizes. On to another new section here. Unfortunately, guys, next Thursday on the 9th of May, there's no update, which makes me sad because I love making these videos on Thursday and telling you guys what's going on. But unfortunately, we're not going to have one next Thursday. We have to wait until the Thursday after that, the 16th of May, for the next one, which hopefully we'll see things like the Seed Vault improvements that we have been suggesting, which is, I guess, pretty exciting. The summer Deadman season has ended and all the players have been invited to the tournament. As such, the DMM seasonal worlds have been removed. And there's some other bug fixes here, some smaller things if you guys want to read through it. I think the nice thing here at the end, though, is that the agility shortcut directly north of the dense Essen mine in the RKS region of Zaya has been modified to be one obstacle. That is it for the old school RuneScape updates of today. Let's head over to the RuneLite client and see what we have new there. So in today's RuneLite update, we actually have a bit of a nostalgic update for you guys. A custom cursor plugin has been added, which when enabled allows you to change your cursor when hovering the client to one of a number of iconic RuneScape cursors, including the RS3 gold and silver cursors, a trout, and the iconic dragon scimitar. I remember videos back in the day of people using these cursors, and I was just thinking, man, these are so cool. I personally don't use them anymore, but for you guys who want to try them out again, they are now available in the RuneLite client. For those of you guys who are having trouble identifying the seeds and the saplings in your bank, they've added an item identification plugin to help combat that. When enabled, it will overlay the name or the abbreviated name on the item when in most bank interfaces. And finally, the Clue Scroll plugin has added support for Follow the Bard clues. Some other bug fixes here as well if you guys would like to read through them, but that is it for the old school RuneScape and RuneLite updates today. Thank you again to RuneLite for having an awesome client and always making weekly awesome updates. And thank you again to the old school RuneScape update for including some nice quality of life things today. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like and drop a comment as well on your thoughts on the update today. And again, don't forget to follow that young Instagram. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one and peace.
Wow.